You're watching WHPS, Highland Park, Detroit.
WGPR Detroit, HD2.
The views and opinions expressed on the following show are not necessarily the views and opinions of WHPS, its affiliates, management, or sponsors.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me for Can We Talk About It, where you know we are going to talk about that elephant in the room. Before I begin, as always, I want to give a shout out to my husband, Charles, the man that I love so much. He is like the angel that the Lord has sent to me to help me on my endeavors, and I really appreciate him. I appreciate my children, and I love each and every one of my children, Robert, Robin, Donnell, and Dale, and my grandchildren, Natalie, Carl, Amber, and Rockwell. I love you guys so much. I want to give a special shout out to Diamond Morgan. She is such a beautiful sister in the church. She's a young, black, strong sister, and I really want to let her know just how proud I am of her and the things that she do. So let's just get on with the show. So I've been telling you guys that I've been, I went down to the second precinct, and I'll be going to the neighborhood police meet and greets and everything. In about a month or so, they were saying that, the crime was down and this, that, and the other. And, I'm kind of like begging to differ, because every day they're talking about a child being shot. They're talking about couples, even families being killed, execution style. I'm not seeing where the crime is going down. It's just really, I don't like when people lie to me when I'm clearly seeing this with my own eyes. So I went and I did a video about a month ago with the second police. It was a memorial video, but before I was going to give it to them, I still should give it to him, but I was just so upset that I was driving down the street one day, and you guys can go to YouTube, put in Don Diva 63 and look at this video. So I'm going down the street and everything, and I'm on my way going to Target. So I noticed that the police have some young folks pulled over. They couldn't have been no more than between 18 and 19 or 18 and 20. They look very, very young, but they wasn't young enough to where they didn't have driver's license. Pull up in this little store so I can get a better look, take out my camera. I'm looking. I get out my car. I'm looking. So I asked the young man, I say, did you consent to them, searching your car? And the young man was like, no. I say, you didn't consent? He was like, so I'm looking, I'm wondering what's going on. So, this is just, like I say, when I come on here, I'm just giving you my experience, the things that I feel, how I feel, my opinions basically, and it's still a free country from what I heard. So these two white race soldiers, they're rambling all through these people's car and this, that, and the other, these young people. You can see the young girl is distraught. They got the young man in handcuffs, and I believe if I wasn't there, they wouldn't have let them go, or they might have planted something on these young children. So they ended up letting them go, and I'm following them. So as I'm following them, they turn off. I turn off right with them. So when we get to Tireman in Southfield, they pull up in some vacant lot or something. So the light then caught me right there where they're looking at me, and they're like smiling at me like somebody's scared of them. So I just told them, I don't like you. I did not like what they did to my young black brother and sister. The light changed. I proceeds to drive off, and lo and behold, now there's two police cars behind me, and I'm like, okay, let me pull over, because I know why I'm following them, because I can. Why are you following me? This is just my spiel on what I think happened. Because the white race soldiers, this is just my opinion what they are. The white race soldiers didn't want to approach me themselves. They called two black brother police officers. I don't know if they're black race soldiers or not. All I know was I had a conversation with them, and they were asking me. As I pulled over, and I told them, I know where I can follow you. Why are you following me? They say, so they're asking me, is there anything wrong? No. Is there anything wrong with you? Well, no. Is there a problem? No. Is there a problem with you? So they proceeded to tell me about, the two white race soldiers, and I'm parked, and I'm telling them, I don't like when these people come into my neighborhood, into my community, and call themselves scaring these young folks, and the young folks did not give them consent to search the cars. You know what the bad thing about it was? Nobody wanted to get involved. None of the black brothers and sisters wanted to get involved. None of the black brothers and sisters wanted to ask what was going on. None of them. Nobody. Shame on my black brothers and sisters. Now, as soon as something happened to one of you idiots, and this is just how I feel, you want everybody and their mama to get involved with you. These two children are on a busy intersection street. People riding back and forth, and nobody is paying attention to these children. To my young children out there, my young adults, you just getting your driver's license or some that didn't have, I'm watching for you. I am watching out for you. If anything happens, if you have a problem with the police department or whatever, give me a call or email me at DonnaStinson63@gmail.com. I'm going to give you this again. Anything that you see about the police, any type of whistleblowing, anything, email me at DonnaStinson63@gmail.com. So back to me talking to these black police officers. So I'm telling them I didn't like what they did and this, that, and the other. So now, the black police officers are telling me, and I believe they're from the 6th precinct. So they did say that. So you need to call down and ask, why do they have white police officers illegally checking our youth's cars without permission? So the black police officers come to tell me, well, there's a lot of things going on with the children. Like, I don't know that. Talking about, well, some young African-American 14-year-old boy brought an assault rifle down here to Mackenzie High School. Okay, why is it this type of stuff in the news? Why is nobody talking about this? Why is this hidden? What's the purpose for us the viewers not knowing what's going on in our own communities like Mackenzie High? Because as you guys know now, it's not at high. I don't think it's a high school. It might be, but I think it's K through 8. It might be K through 12 because if he's 14, he might be in the 8th grade. So this school is in our neighborhoods. Why hasn't anybody said anything about this on the news? And that's exactly what I mean. If we don't police the police, if we don't ride around, if we don't be observant, if we don't find out what's going on in our neighborhoods, they're not going to tell us. And then, like I said, you're talking about how the murder rate is down. I'm not talking about just Detroit. I'm talking about the country, all around the country. Did you hear back up in Michigan where, I don't know if his wife was black and they had 2 biracial kids, or if the woman was white. I'm not sure. But the man went ballistic up here. I don't know if it was Saginaw, but it was up north. The man went ballistic and killed his wife and his 2 children. These people then came over here to Buffalo and shot up a predominantly black supermarket. Now they went to Texas and shot up a school. They've been shooting up schools in Michigan and Detroit. My brothers and sisters, it's time to be on the lookout. No one is safe when the devil is possessing these folks. And you can think that, they just got an evil heart. Yeah, they do got an evil heart. It's amazing how we believe that God exists, but we don't believe that the devil exists. We don't believe that the devil can possess another person. We don't believe that the government causes people or put people on the payroll to do just such things as shooting up uh, predominantly black supermarkets. That's just how I feel. I don't trust my government. I've told you that time and time again. So now they coming out with this monkey paw disease or whatever it is. They just want to use us as guinea pigs. Now they want you to get a shot for this and a shot for that. Please, you people that has gotten these shots, I thank the Lord that you guys are all right. I pray for you people that get these shots, but you better stop getting them. All they're doing is using you as guinea pigs. If the Lord made us wonderfully and perfect, then our immune system can kick out just about anything that comes into it. COVID is somewhat of the flu. So, okay, when COVID came, the flu left, pneumonia left, all kinds of stuff then left. You don't even see them talking about anything about anybody dying from anything but COVID. I've told you in time past. They told, I think it was, don't quote me because I cannot remember if it was the CDC, had told, I believe it was the CDC, had told a coroner that everybody who comes through these doors that's pronounced dead say they have COVID. And he said, I'm not doing that. They're trying to scare us. The government is trying to scare us, take away our rights. So once we say, okay, well, we're scared, we don't know what to do, we're going to put all of our trust in you. Not me. You better go on with that mess. Now, I think the Kyle Rittenhouse, they're going to start calling it the Kyle Rittenhouse syndrome, because now you're seeing white young men, even white mid-aged men in their 30s going around trying to shoot up people now. They had Kyle Rittenhouse on a talk show. His name was Charles Schmidt or Charles, I know his first name was Charles, a podcast. And he was telling everybody how he was about to go to Texas A&M. Whoa. Texas A&M wrote a letter saying, we don't know what he's talking about. He's not registered here. And these are my words, because you know the university can't say that. This killer is not coming to this school. Because if he do, a lot of black folks are going to drop out of Texas A&M. Probably white folks too. Don't nobody want to be around somebody that's labeled like that. And this young man really think he got away with something. Young man, you didn't. You didn't get away with anything. Even if you live your life long on this earth, you still have a judge that you're going to have to deal with, unless you turn your life over to God and admit that what you did, you meant to do. You intentionally killed those people. Now you talking about you going to Texas A&M. Them people don't want you up there. So Texas A&M, if you can't say it, I'm going to say it for you. Texas A&M don't want you up there. We go here, we go there, we do this, we do that. We're not observant of anything. These people are getting closer and closer to Detroit City. We are so bent on getting paid. We don't even pay no attention to our children. We better. All these churches in Detroit. It's not really that many grocery stores, but all of these churches in Detroit, gas stations in Detroit, drive-bys in the gas stations. People sit up and say, oh my God, how can anybody keep talking about black hate when black people are killing black people? Okay, it's still white supremacy and white folks are killing white folks. Why, when we say it's black hate, there's a problem with that. But when you say it's Chinese hate, Jewish hate, these people never even stem from the United States. They don't have ties with the United States when it comes to any type of history as far as maybe wars. You're giving them everything that the United States should be giving to foundational black Americans. If I done told you once, I done told you before. If you don't hold your vote, you're going to be sadly awakening with some craziness. Like I told you before, these people don't care about what they can do for you, because if they did, they would do it before they got in office. Every year, like clockwork, these people come out the woodwork like they somebody's savior. They're not. These people are going for accolades. These people are like Fraggle Rock. They're on the steps of the Constitution building. They're on the steps of the city county building, and they're making their way to the White House. They don't care about us or what we're doing. It's all to put a feather in their cap. Now, Cherie Tanender, you're a throwback. Go back where you came from. That's just my opinion. You know, these billionaires don't have nothing better to do with their money than to buy a campaign. Yeah, some of the things he talk about, I've seen him. I think I seen him on Let It Rip last week. Yeah, some of the things, you know, they talk a good game, but they're, if you notice, most of the people that's in a political status in Detroit, they're either coon material, they're either a professional coon. This is just my opinion. Or they're people that came from other countries. Their people came from other countries, and they became a politician to help their people. Our people are the only people that's not trying to help us. And I really hate to say this, but if you think somebody that's not your color is going to come into the political arena and say, oh, we're doing this for black people, you are deaf, dumb, and retarded. They haven't been doing nothing for us all these years. What makes you think they're going to do anything now? Why isn't anybody talking about reparations for black? Not black, brown, yellow, just black. Black, black. That's it. Soon as you say black and brown, guess who the brown people are? Mexicans. Okay, well, we did for the black and brown. No, you did for the brown folks. You got to pay attention to the wording. Especially these bills and these legislative bills that they pass, is all in the wording. All you have to do is go on Google and download your legislative bills, or you can go down to the city county building and get a Freedom of Act. It's called the Freedom of Act paper. It'll let you know. It'll give you the correspondence of how much money that the city made, how much that was given out. It even gives you the I believe it even gives you the yearly rate of what these politicians make. We need to start going down here asking these people. It's free to us. These are public servants. So we can walk into a police station. We can go into the city county building and say, I want information. Go to the police station. I want information about this particular police officer. You can do that. You can definitely do that. That's your right, because these people serve you, so that's your right. You can do that. When it comes to your politicians, you can go down to the city county building and say, I want to know what this politician is doing, what this politician has done with the police. I want to know how many complaints was filed against this police officer. All we got to do is look at it. A lot of us turn a blind eye, and we expect somebody that don't know nothing about us to get out here and take care of our business. You better get out there and take care of your business. You know what? Sometimes I say to myself, you know, this show is not doing anybody any good, and I'm not really helping anybody. But when I see people come up to me and tell me that I appreciate the things you say, the things that you say I don't think I could say, yeah, you could say them, hon. There's people that come to me and say, I appreciate your show, and I appreciate my viewers for that. And that's the reason why I'm still doing this show, because I'm looking out for people that can't take care of themselves. Now, politicians, they take advantage of old people the most, especially old people who can't write. Be like, oh, look, she's with, well, I'm just saying right off the top of my head. Rashida Ali, Mona Ali, they're in the black community and they did this for so what? They're going to have a token to try and show you that they're for you, and they're not. Billionaires jumping on a bandwagon with nothing better to do. You just, it's like you got the summer, it's like a vacation for you. So what can I do? Oh, I'll just take my money in and play politician. Don't vote for this man. Don't vote for anybody. Now they're saying that if you don't vote, that they will fine you. So if you don't vote for anybody, they will fine you. So I'm going to tell you what you do. Put your name in there. Put my name in there. I can't do no worse than the rest of these buttholes. Put my name in there. Because I'm letting you know now, if by some strange fluke I'm ever elected, it's all about the black folks. So I'm saying this to let folks know. I'm not for Asians, even though I'm not anti none of that, but it's time for us to take care of our own like they take care of their own. I'm not anti-yellow. I'm not anti-red. I'm not anti-white. I'm not anti-people of color because, like I said, black folks ain't people of color. Non-black folks are. White folks are. Like I said, they smile. They're pink when they blush. When they mad, they red. When they get hit, they purple and blue. They get jaundice, they yellow. Those are the people of color. So quit calling yourself people of color, my black, beautiful brothers and sisters, because you're not the people of color. They are the people of color. Indians, this is just my opinion. Indians, Asians, white folks, Jewish folks, these people that they're bringing over here right now, these Ukrainians, these people, they're bringing these people right over here and they're snatching stuff out of black people's mouths. Everybody has their own community but black people. Black people are scattered like pepper all over the city of Detroit. And every time we talk about doing something, it gets shot to the curb. Every time we take something to the city county building, it gets shot to the curb. Why? Because white folks, and like I said, once again, this is just my opinion, they're scared. Their numbers are dwindling. That's why they overturned the Roe versus Wade case, because they don't care what we do with our black babies. They don't want white women killing white babies. Before you know it, the reason, well, I'm going to say this first. The reason a lot of our black men are being targeted because white women love them. White women love them. And white men are jealous. They want that chocolate. Who wants plain milk every day? Don't nobody want that every day. People want stuff with taste. Some of these white women, they're turning on their own people for a little bit of blackness. And they don't like that. And they don't want, and then there's white women that's messing around with black men and they not trying to get pregnant, but if they get pregnant, they know they could just go and just get rid of the baby. Nowadays, these white supremacists or suspected white supremacists, they don't care if the baby is black as long as it's got some form of white in it and the baby look white, then they're going to count that baby as white. So, sisters, the abortion, the Roe versus Wade, that is not for us. It's for white women. Because black women, you know, yeah, we get pregnant, we feel like we're in a bad situation, and then we go into these what they call it, parenthood, Planned Parenthood, which originally was called the Nigger Project. So they weren't looking for white women to have abortions. Back in the day when women they couldn't have their men in the house with them, or if they did something they didn't have no business doing, they would tell them, if you're working, we're going to take you off ADC. If you have somebody living in the house with you, we're going to take you off ADC. If you do anything because we white and we say so, we're going to take you off ADC. So what they did was they would put these women in jail. And some of these women could not read. And they would tell them to put an X by where their name is supposed to be, stating that they would get a tubal ligation. These women didn't know what they were signing. And the suspected white supremacist people knew that. So they were just trying to get rid of as many black babies before they even came into the world. So what do? You sterilize the mom. There's a difference between getting your tubes tied because they can be untied. A tubal ligation, they clip your tubes and then they burn them, because they did that to me back in the 90s, and I ended up having a huge lawsuit because of that. You women, watch what you're doing in these hospitals. If you sign anything stating, just say you just had a baby, and this is actually what happened to me. I just had a baby. I wasn't sure if I wanted to have any more children, so I opted for a tubal ligation. So I said, well, how long does this paper, is there an expiration date on this paper? They told me, yeah, in 6 months. If you find in 6 months you don't want to do it, it's automatically it's going to say that you're not interested in the tubal ligation. A year and a half, 2 years went past, and I had another baby. I wake up and they're telling me they gave me a tubal ligation. So I ended up going to court about that, and I ended up winning my case. So you young women out here, pay attention to these OBGYNs that be talking to you. There was a lady, Dr. Lindsay, that I had, and I have a fibroid in my uterus, and they were saying that Dr. Lindsay was telling me, we're going to do the surgery, but I'm not going to be able to get it all out. Then why am I coming to you? I ended up getting another doctor, and the doctor actually told me this person wasn't well versed in doing these type of surgeries. So why are you doing them? My sisters and my brothers that got wives, go to the doctors with your wives and find out why they're being told what they're being told. They're ripping our uteruses out at an alarming rate. Talk about you need a hysterectomy. No, you don't. No, you don't. And if somebody is telling you that, go get a second opinion. Do not let nobody take your uterus from you. Matter of fact, they take it from black women, and they use it and give it to white women. They use your uterus, and I don't know how they go about doing this, but they put it in white women. They put your uterus in white women, or some type of way they dry it out or whatever, and white women drink. I don't know how they do it, but now white women are using the uteruses that the doctors telling black women that they need hysterectomies. So pay attention to what your doctors. Go behind your doctors. I love my doctor. I love my heart doctor. He's the best doctor I think I've ever had in my life, besides Dr. Mark Meisner. He was one of my heart doctors. But I just want you guys to know, I want you to stay safe. Look out for our youth. You police these police. You got the right to do that. And on that note, we love you. Stay strong and be strong.